A flight from New York to Los Angeles had barely taken off when 12-year-old Malik, a quiet, soft-spoken black kid traveling alone for the first time, accidentally pressed the call button while adjusting his seatbelt. The flight attendant, a stern woman named Ms. Carter, marched down the aisle with impatience written all over her face. "Did you press that on purpose?" she snapped loudly, drawing the attention of nearby passengers. Malik tried to explain, but she cut him off, her voice sharp enough for almost the entire cabin to hear. "Don't play games. This is for emergencies only. Sit still and don't touch anything." The harshness of her tone made Malik shrink into his seat as whispers spread among the passengers. He clenched his hands together, fighting back tears, knowing he hadn't done anything wrong. A few minutes later, she returned, scolding him again for having his backpack slightly sticking out into the aisle. Malik nodded silently, but the humiliation burned inside him. Finally, after enduring the second round of public embarrassment, he reached into his pocket, trembling, and pulled out his phone. He dialed a number he rarely used but memorized by heart, one his mother told him to call only if something truly serious happens. When the person on the other end answered, Malik spoke just 3 quiet words. "It's happening again." The voice immediately responded with calm authority and asked him to stay on the line. Less than 90 seconds later, the aircraft intercom crackled unexpectedly. The pilot's voice sounded strange, tense, urgent. "Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Due to a situation that requires immediate attention, we will be making an unscheduled landing. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened." Gasps filled the cabin. Ms. Carter looked around, confused, as the plane began descending. Within minutes, they touched down at the nearest airport, where uniformed officials were already waiting at the gate. As soon as the doors opened, the pilot himself approached Malik's row, his face full of concern. "Are you okay?" he asked gently. Ms. Carter froze, suddenly realizing something was terribly wrong. Moments later, a tall man in a Federal aviation jacket boarded the plane and walked straight to Malik, greeting him with a relieved smile. "You did the right thing calling me," he said softly. Turning to the crew, his expression hardened. "This passenger is the son of the FAA's deputy director. We monitor all complaints, especially those involving discrimination." The cabin went silent. Ms. Carter's face drained of color, as she stammered an apology that came far too late. Malik finally exhaled, no longer afraid, knowing that this time, someone powerful was standing up for him.